Couch Guy Sports Podcast, episode 22. Presented by Couch Guy Sports.
All right, Nick, go ahead. You can have it for this week.
Oh,
because he will be back for the next another 4 months.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be gone for 6 months. We're leaving.
You guys said come on the show tonight. All right.
Yeah, I want you here. I want you here.
Listen, I want to be here. Okay. All right. But there's just things that you have to do. There's just work that has to get done.
Listen,
Mac Jones starting quarterback.
Oh no, we're not. Oh no. Listen. If we're gonna get rolling here, we're just gonna everything. Just dump it on me. Come on, fight me, pal.
I mean,
the
fight's already won.
I'm just kidding.
You lost in the first round, pal. You're outnumbered 3-1. You're done.
I didn't lose. That does not mean I lost shit.
No, you lost.
You lost this fight faster than Tyron Woodley to fucking Paul.
Yeah, take the L.
That went the distance.
Take
listen,
the L.
guys. I mean, I would have understood if you went Ben Askren. You know, that's a knockout.
Listen, take this and just accept it. Then we can move on. We'll talk about all the great things.
You just declared that I lost. That means I lost the argument. All right, guys. The show, obviously, I've missed doing this. Presented by our friends over at MANSCAPED. Guys, listen up. And that's right. Now you guys have to listen to me talk for the next 2 minutes. Summer's here. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? You're in luck. And by the way, I have not read this once. You're in luck. Our friends at Manscaped just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Complement your summer bod with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining and calling your name, fellas. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for Hot Guys Summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off with free shipping using the code CouchGuy20. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I remembered it. Guys, listen, I've talked about this story a million times on the show. A million times.
Me too. I've talked about it for you.
You've told everyone?
Jared's done a great job.
I bring it up every week.
Any ad read you've ever had. I'm just saying.
Listen, I clipped my nuts when I was younger.
If only you had clipped the other nut. You wouldn't
have been
missing half the show.
I clipped one nut when I was younger. And if I had the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, it wouldn't have happened. It's a phenomenal product. Guys, it's time to bundle up with Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance Boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. First off, the new Performance Package 4.0 includes the Lawnmower 4.0. This trimmer is insane, and I dare say the GOAT of ball trimmers. Question mark? Yeah, I said it. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multi-function on and off switch, can engage a travel lock, and give you the ability to turn that 4,000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave, which is huge in the shower. I don't have a light in my shower. That is massive in the shower. Did I mention that this trimmer is waterproof too? Shower. In the shower or in the wild, if you're in a lake, and from your chest pubes all the way down to your ball fro, the Lawnmower 4.0 is the best trimmer for you. Want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ear. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses 9,000 RPM motor powered, 360-degree rotary dual blade system. This nose and ear trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Seal the deal with Manscaped's liquid formulations before heading outside. Use the Crop Preserver ball deodorant to keep you on your game in the heat. Then after trimming your lawn and whacking the weeds in the heat, give your beach balls a boost and use the Crop Reviver. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts in their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. Now, this is when you listen up, guys. Tune back in. Get 20% off with free shipping. Use the code CouchGuy20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping using the code CouchGuy20 at manscaped.com. Escape the shrubs and weeds this summer and shine with Manscaped.
I don't know who melted down worse? You with that ad read or the Red Sox with their bullpen? Because that was
Where was the meltdown? You guys
Yeah.
you guys just say shit. Words just come out of your mouth. Words
No,
just, you just
buddy,
words
got-
just
buddy,
come out.
I gotta
There's
tell
no
you.
meeting. Nothing.
Buddy,
Nothing.
I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. I just felt like Shaq just mumbled my fucking eulogy at a funeral. That was brutal. That was
I
brutal.
think he was fine. I'm on Quack's side on this one.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah,
I
I
that
would
was,
I would have
so
rather
chill.
watch it. I would have rather watch you nick your other fucking nut.
that was pretty good. And then, that's a weird request.
I'm emulating the Mets right now. This is all we're doing right now. I'm hobby biasing you right now.
Yeah,
Guys-
yeah. The thumbs down.
Guys, Malcolm Butler retired.
I thought he was thinking about it.
No,
No, he
it's,
retired.
it's official now.
Oh,
It's official now. He's retired. You know.
Sad.
That's
I hope,
crazy.
I hope he's doing okay. I hope whatever's going on in his life, I hope he's doing okay. Diego didn't want to talk about this because he didn't want to be sad. But real quick before we get into Cam Newton and Mac Jones, man, the Red Sox guys, I have not talked about this. I've not had a chance to talk to you guys about this. I know we've texted a couple of times, but my goodness, what a meltdown. What an absolute meltdown. And I don't think I ever had the chance to say it on this show, but I was telling people before, and I swear to God, I was. Matt Barnes, who I like as a relief pitcher, this man cannot be your permanent closer. He just can't be. We've seen this for years. He goes on tears where he is electric, where he's one of your best relief pitchers, but then he falls apart and then he gets hot and cold. You can't have that with your closer.
I mean, who would you rather him have? Ryan Brazier? I know you love him.
I would have rather Heimblum have done something at the trade deadline.
Well, duh. Yeah, I think.
Everybody knows that
Kimbrel-
at this point.
Craig Kimbrel, too much. I don't blame him for not spending what the White Sox did on Craig Kimbrel. But, I mean, come on. Matty Barnes. What are we doing? The bullpen in general. What are we doing? And now everybody's got COVID. Now COVID is just wreaking havoc. It's a brutal time for the Red Sox.
It's the perfect ending to this absolute crap storm that's going on because they overachieved in the first half. They faltered in August. Jared knows the number. We know the number that we have to hit. But
Give me 81 wins, baby.
Just 81. We need six
81
more.
wins.
6 more. But it just solidifies.
Did you guys bet on that? Did you?
Beginning of the year.
Yep.
Hit the over.
Yep. And
I would have hammered that too. Absolutely.
And the thing is, it's the cherry on top of the cake or whatever you want to call it. It's literally just that final piece. So now they're probably going to follow the wild card. Oakland's probably going to catch them. Seattle might even make it a race with Oakland. This Red Sox team, I'm sorry, but I just don't see it happening right now unless everybody is not contaminated with COVID, which that's not the case. So
I'll say the COVID thing is what makes this worse. Like they've sucked, but they were still two and a half games up on the A's for that second wild card spot. You would have
only
lost
2 behind the
regardless.
Yankees for the first spot.
And so I'm saying, but like with the COVID stuff, now you're like relying on God knows who to play on top of sucking in the bullpen. And now it's like, okay, now what are you going to, and now you're playing the Rays again, who are going to sweep you in this series. So like the bullpen has issues. Adam Ottavino is like your best option to close right now. And even he's been shaky. So like, and they won't do Garrett Whitlock because God forbid they actually use Garrett Whitlock like they should. So
they have Brad Peacock starting tonight.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, that was
they tried for
the most
Peacock and now he's
signing ever.
And now he's starting. They traded for him and now he's starting. He's been in the minor leagues. His ERA in the minors has been over 6, I think. And
7.68. Yeah.
And now he's starting tonight against the Rays.
The single dumbest thing that's ever been done.
There's been a lot of dumb, but Diego, you might be onto something there, pal. It's pretty bad.
That is brutal. Starting Brad Peacock, like
Listen,
the ERA is just in the minors.
When they
Never
were
mind
up
what's gonna
last
be in
week,
the freaking actual like majors,
especially against the Rays. When they were up last week 9-3, I knew that lead was not safe. There's no safe lead with this team. None.
What year was it? The year that was like the wheel of rotating gutless bums in the bullpen. It wasn't last year.
I think it was 19.
Was it 19?
Pretty
That's
sure.
what this feels like again. Like who can you put in? Like who are we gonna trust? Like
actually,
like Joe Kelly was still
I
here.
think that
like
I think that might have been.
Was that 18? Wasn't
It
it
might
when
have
they won the World
actually
Series?
been 18.
Yeah, I think that was 2018.
And holy crap, does it suck?
Actually, this team is giving me massive Bobby Valentine Day vibes, especially after this trade deadline that went on and we didn't really make as many moves as maybe we should have done. Like, it just feels 100% Valentine's Day.
The worst.
It's just like, get me the fuck out of the season now so we can really rebuild next year and really have something to contend with. Because, I mean, I even said it before the show started. There was no true expectations for this team at all. The fact that we had...
You didn't say that. Cam Newton and the New England Patriots.
Oh, Nick, you have a worse decision than anything else in life.
You literally, you just made a bad decision. And I don't like to boost his, you're going to see in a minute, but I don't like to boost his ego, but you're about to get trounced. Jared knows it too. He's smirking down there like a little schoolgirl because he knows what's coming next. You're in trouble, pal.
Oh, what's coming?
You're going to see. Just go on.
I just don't know what you mean. And I mean, I better get dragged. Like that's like, I don't know, the way that you keep talking this up, better get dragged.
Oh, you're going to.
Cam Newton cut from the New England Patriots today. Cut. And credit to Jared. I texted him this today. Credit to Jared. Jared has been all about this now since really, 2 months?
Since he was drafted.
Since he was drafted.
Yeah, you've been.
Yeah, Jared was big. Jared was big on Mac Jones since he was drafted.
And you know what? As he should be. Mac Jones stepped up immediately and looked like he belonged. So Cam Newton cut. Mac Jones, your quarterback one, we assume, unless something else wild happens. Brian Hoyer, right before we jumped on the show, Brian Hoyer also got cut, but I guess we could talk about that one right now. Brian Hoyer, I'm assuming, is going to be back.
Yeah, they definitely did it to, like, they got to take Harry and these guys, but they're going to put him on the IR, right?
Yeah, they have to be down to a certain amount of people today. So Brian Hoyer is going to be back.
Yeah, he'll be back after they do the IR transaction with Harry and stuff like that.
Unless there's another trade come down the line like Gardner Minshew.
Wouldn't be the worst option as a backup QB.
No,
guys,
it would.
don't be surprised if they just ride with Hoyer. Like
that's what I think.
They love Brian Hoyer in this town, and they believe in him to be the backup quarterback if Mac gets hurt.
For no absolute reason either. There's no reason to believe in Hoyer. I don't know why, but
because he's not the starting quarterback. And this was my confusion earlier in the group chat. So this is basically why I'm on the show. Diego's very upset. Huh?
Nothing. Keep going.
Just go.
Diego is very upset that the Patriots don't have a QB1 as their backup. And that's what I want to know. Who do you want as the backup quarterback?
So I think
explain to the listeners what I'm talking about.
Sure, absolutely. So we had a back and forth on the chat, and I was upset about obviously not having a decent backup plan for a quarterback position. And the reason why I say that was because before these cuts were made and before these decisions were made, it was pretty clear to Patriots fans that the quarterback position this year at least was well taken care of, whether it was Cam Newton starting or Mac Jones starting, but both of them being available for the team should any of them go down or should any of them need to be replaced. People were betting on Cam Newton being done with the job after week 4, after losing to Tom Brady. People were thinking he won't even make it through week 5. That's fine as well. Mac Jones coming in throughout the season, maybe week 4, maybe week 5, whatever. I was content with either decision because I was actually very happy with both quarterbacks. The reason why I'm so discontent with not having a decent backup quarterback is because we saw what happened last season. We saw what happened when Jared Stidham, who was, super hyped up by the media last year, thinking that this kid is the future, Stid the kid, he's got the arm. Oh my God, you should see him in practice, yada, 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 fucking big steamer to my face if Jared Stidham isn't the one fucking starting. Yet he was not the one starting. The Patriots were forced to make a move literally right before the friggin' season started for Cam Newton, somebody who didn't even get to even go to training camp or whatever, but we all know all that story anyways. Now we don't have a backup quarterback, to be realistically honest. Stidham is recovering from an injury that he's dealt with and from a surgery that he's been dealing with. You no longer have Brian Hoyer as a backup quarterback, and you know that that's a transaction that, whether it could be small term or long term, that still forces the Patriots to be thinking about a potential move.
I say, wouldn't you think though that like they loved Stidham enough? I still think they do. Like, wouldn't you think they might just have Hoyer and then like Stidham's supposed to come back at the end of the season? Like, just like have those three and that's it. Like, I don't think they care enough to go get Gardner Minshew or like Ryan Fitzpatrick or Jimmy G if he shakes loose. Like, I don't think
even with that, Jared, we dealt with that last season when Jared Stidham needed to step up. He connected maybe with one pass that N'Keal Harry got lucky to have that catch. Other than that, we really didn't see much of Jared Stidham. Brian Hoyer, he got the nod to start against the Kansas City Chiefs, and we all remember that disaster.
Well,
so it's like
who would make you happy?
That's my question. Who do you want
I
to
would
be
want somebody
QB2?
who's young. I would want somebody who's young and who is reliable and who can actually fulfill the role when needed. When we look at our backup quarterback positions in the past, think of Tom Brady when he had Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett. Garoppolo went down, but still Jacoby Brissett was able to come in and be a healthy option for the Patriots, who still were making a playoff run. This year, the way that I look at this team, it looks to me that they are at least wanting to make a playoff run. You can't make a playoff run if, God forbid, that Mac Jones actually gets hurt, which unfortunately he's dealing with this nagging pain that he's been dealing in his knee, which I hope it doesn't result to something bigger.
Am I missing something there? Because I don't think he actually is.
You are, because he's had preseason games where he's gotten knocked and he's had to get up, and he's gotten up very gingerly and very gimpy. If you haven't watched any of the preseason games,
you're just assuming.
No, sir.
Yeah,
no, sir. I'm not assuming at all.
Well,
I'm not assuming at all.
I think you are.
Look at the preseason games and actually go back and look at the replays.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Don't act like I'm making it up.
I don't think you're making it up, but
you just said you had no idea what I'm talking about. Now you're telling me that
you called it a nagging. You called it a nagging injury based off of just a slow getting up.
All right, ladies. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
During the training camps and now.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, he said he's using it for protection. He talked about it.
So this is where, after looking back at the group chat, this is where I kind of see this issue going in both directions. I get what Diego's saying, because if Mac Jones does go down, right now your backup plan is Brian Hoyer until Stidham comes back. If you're a Patriots fan, you remember last year when Cam had COVID and then Hoyer came in and started ahead to Stidham. We saw how much of a disaster that was, even with the Patriots defense playing well against one of the NFL's top offenses. I'm going to add to this just real quick here too. Let's not forget how physical this AFC North looks already to be. The Jets are stacked. AFC, yes, thank you. Yep. The Jets are stacked up their defensively bodies, and they are huge fucking bodies coming at you. The Bills are pretty good defensively as well. In Miami, they're being coached by what used to be, I believe, our defensive coach, if I'm not mistaken, and Brian
Flores. He wasn't defensive coordinator. He was.
But he
I think he was linebackers coach. Yeah.
But he basically was and has been building a decent defense for Miami. So it's not like we're not gonna be dealing with somebody who's gonna be able to come and hit Mac where you least expect it to happen and him to go down. It's unfortunate.
He is protected by one of the top O lines in the league.
Yeah, but we also saw how Isaiah Wynn protected when he needed to in the preseason, and that is not very convincing.
If we really believe he was hurt, wouldn't he not be the guy right now? If they really believe this issue,
I don't know.
He wouldn't be named the starting quarterback, and all of a sudden everything's good. Like, if he actually has a knee issue, then why is Belichick naming him the starter?
So I don't know that though, because it seems to me like Mac is actually just underplaying how he really feels with his knee, and just taking the risk and hoping that
Brady wants to go on a torn MCL. Like, people can play hurt.
But you can't. That's an unfair comparison. You can't compare Brady to anybody.
Unfair.
So
I think it's unfair too to want them to go get a quarterback who can just supplement and win you games, because aside from, would you name 5 teams in the chat today? There's really nobody else. Like you mentioned Kyle Trask. I don't think you can name Kyle Trask. We don't know we have no idea what Kyle Trask can do. Jordan Love, we also really don't. I think Jordan Love's a good quarterback. I think he will be a good quarterback. I don't think that I don't think you can officially name him, though, as like a solid backup. And then we even saw it last year. Like, you had Andy Dalton as a backup quarterback for the Cowboys.
Let me ask you this. Diego, hold on one sec, Diego, because I'm going to ask you a question, and it's going to relate to your point. Just to finish my point real quick.
Sure.
Where I see Quags and Jared's side of it, and let me ask you this, Diego. You say that you want somebody that's preferably a little younger, maybe with some experience, which is totally fine. And I just want to ask you this. Is there anybody that you have in mind that you think would be that perfect role? Because the only quarterback that I can realistically think of that's a little older but could be a backup is Blake Bortles. And I'm just saying that's how much little I know about the backup quarterback market. That's why I'm asking you. Do you have somebody in mind?
No problem at all. So right now, there are some quarterbacks that I'm thinking of. There's one that comes in mind if the Patriots were to make a move, if they were thinking of making any moves at all. And that backup quarterback to me would be the likes of Jacoby Brissett, because he's not going to get an opportunity in Miami.
But he might need to play, though. But he might need to play because he's still in Indy, right?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, Carson
Wentz is on the COVID list.
He's in Miami.
I think Diego's right. I think Diego's
then never mind. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's in Miami.
But like, that's the thing. Why would they give him up? He's a good backup. There are good backups to have. For sure.
He's a good backup, but the Miami Dolphins also gave up on Ryan Fitzpatrick over Tua because they are that confident over Tua. If you were a franchise owner right now,
Fitzpatrick was never going to get past that week 4 last year, regardless.
It was like the same situation as what we thought was going to happen here.
But if you were a franchise owner and Tua didn't convince you, and you have a decent quarterback in Ryan Fitzpatrick, you giving up on Ryan Fitzpatrick? Even after a decent season with Miami?
If I don't understand the question.
I'm saying to you that Miami Dolphins are notorious for giving up on people unless they have confidence on true young talent.
They believe in Tua. That's why.
Exactly. Right now, they fully are invested in Tua. They believe in Tua, and that's their guy. It would not be of any surprise at all for them to want to do a trade deal where we see Jared Stidham be shipped to Miami and Jacoby Brissett be shipped back to.
But then if you want Jacoby Brissett, I think it'd be a lot easier. Why not just go to Chicago and say, "Hey, we'll take Nick Foles off your hand"? They've been trying to trade Nick Foles for the last 3 months.
That too. I wouldn't mind him either. Another one that I wouldn't mind either is Nick Mullins. The Eagles released him. They let him go over Joe Flacco and over and over Garrett Minshew.
What's Nick the dude's name in Washington? What's the quarterback's name in Washington? Not
Heineke?
Not Heineke, the other one.
Allen?
Yeah. Why not bring Allen here? Patriots tried to get Allen the year that he went to Washington, and Allen's clearly the third string quarterback there now. So
wouldn't be a bad idea either. Another option as well, Ben DiNucci. He was really good with the Cowboys. He's just poorly coached, in my belief.
Really coached. Patriot.
Really good to stretch.
Do we really think the Patriots will actually not just go with Hoyer?
Let me put this out about DiNucci, though. When he was needed to be that backup quarterback in that backup quarterback role, the guy did his job.
It was meh.
It was rough, but he did his job.
It wasn't. I don't know.
He was far better than Andy Dalton at the Cowboys.
I think we're getting lost here. Like there's obviously, if the Patriots could have a better backup quarterback than Brian Hoyer,
it's not a priority.
Sure. I would love that. Yeah, but I'm also not panicking over that because most teams in this situation, most NFL football teams, you're not winning games if your starting quarterback goes down. It's the most important position in sports. And I know what happened with Nick Foles, 3 years ago now? That's such an anomaly. That doesn't happen. They went on a run with Nick Foles. They had an MVP candidate. You still need a
decent backup quarterback here in a very competitive AFC.
But the thing is, too, it won't matter. No one will do better than Brian Hoyer because no one actually knows the Patriots offense. Like, they're all going to come in here and suck because they can't run the offense.
That could very well be the case, but we still need a very decent backup quarterback, and right now we don't have that, and that scares me. We saw what happened last year. We didn't like it at all last year.
As of right now.
Right. We saw what happened last year. We didn't like it at all last year. And when it was needed, we even hated it more last year. This year, if it's going to be needed, the last thing I'm going to want to hear from any of you Patriots fans is, oh, we should have signed a backup quarterback when we had the opportunity, because all of you guys are now saying, no, it's really not a priority. It needs to be a priority. And the simple reason for that being is because of what happened with Philadelphia with Carson Wentz and Nick Foles. What if you are making a playoff run? And what if your quarterback gets hurt? Then you don't have a decent backup quarterback to help you deepen that playoff run. What if you do have a contending Super Bowl team here in the Patriots?
I just think you give backup quarterbacks too much credit.
I'm not giving them much credit. I'm giving them exactly the credit that they deserve. They play an essential role. And in this franchise where you're looking to rebuild, you're gonna have to have a decent backup quarterback as an option.
When it comes to the backup quarterback, how many backup quarterbacks don't name me Nick Foles? It's an anomaly. Backup quarterbacks don't come in and win Super Bowls. They just win a couple more games instead of some other crappy backups. The reason why they value
Edward
Hoyer,
Brady.
Well, technically, Belichick wanted him to start that year. So
yeah, no, I know.
And let's be honest, we all glorify Tom Brady, but let's not forget that the dude was a backup quarterback for Drew Bledsoe. And if it wasn't for Drew Bledsoe getting hurt, he wouldn't even had a career.
Oh no, Bill was making Tom his quarterback. That was
his career would have started a lot later.
A lot later. Yes, that I can agree with.
Yes. They would have started the next
Patriots
season.
Fans wanted. Maybe, but guys,
they value Brian Hoyer. They value Brian Hoyer because he knows the offense and he can show Mac Jones what's going on. That's literally why
he knows
he's here.
The
That's
offense that he chokes at making plays.
Doesn't mean he's the backup. He needs to teach. He's not starter. He's not playing.
Mo, Curly, Larry, you know what you guys need right now? Take a breath, and let's make sure that we get our massages like we need them.
Fuck it.
Because the Couch Guys Sports Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Exogun. Actually, no, Quags, you don't do this. Jared, have you ever done a workout and feel like you need a massage right after?
Yeah, whenever I'm with Quags at all.
Okay, I think that's all three of us. If that's the case, you can get the massage without even having to leave your home. Do not let pain and soreness slow you down anymore. Because with Exogun, it revives muscle, boosts circulation, and releases energy so you can recover faster and live better. It's portable, adjustable, powerful, and trusted by the pros to deliver the ultimate in-recovery experience. Gain back control of your body and achieve long-term pain relief with our friends at Exogun. For those watching and listening, make sure you pay attention here. This is where you get involved. Get 10% off with the code CGS10 at checkout. That's right, Jared. I don't know if you just saw a ghost or if you're actually reacting, but I like it either way. CGS10, CGS10 at checkout. Comes with a charger and a carrying case. Go get your Exogun today. Treat yourself to a massage at a moment's notice. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is awesome. Love this thing. It's easy. Turn it on. Fix the levels.
The radar gun.
Put it right on the spot. Hold it to turn it off. Oh.
Or not.
There we go.
That's going to have more of a presence in this podcast than Nick Quaglia. Nice.
Shout out to Exogun. Shout out to Exogun, our other sponsor, CGS10 at checkout. This is Exogun, just to be clear. Exogun.
Exogun, great product. I use it all the time.
I do too. It's awesome. That's the one thing I'll thank you for. Is sending.
You should use it on your head a little more often, so it helps you thinking.
It also doesn't make sense. That would literally just give you concussions.
It's a brain massage, you think.
You want me to go inside my cranium? That doesn't even work.
You don't even have that. That's just whatever.
Again, you can see it. It's sitting right here. This is a cranium.
Buddy, for all we know, that's a Spirit of Halloween mask that you've been wearing for your whole freaking life, buddy.
Oh, no, now we're talking about Al. We don't want to go there. Let's not talk about
hey.
No, Al's mask is worth $3.
$2.99. Okay, fair enough.
Big news today. My boy Team Nordine, Quinn Nordine makes the roster.
Why'd they do that?
Because Nick Folk's not ready yet. It's got to be, right? Nick Folk's not ready yet. You need a kicker come week 1.
Oh, I know, but are they gonna?
But you have a backup kicker, and you don't have a backup quarterback.
You don't have a backup kicker. Nick Folk's not on the roster. Nick's not on the roster.
Nick Folk will be the kicker at some point. He's got to be. Although, dude,
I agree with that.
I don't know. This kid has a leg. If he actually figures it out,
yeah. In that first preseason game, was it the first one? He looked good. The first one, he looked good. The second one, not so much. Third one, it looked better. Now, going back to the Cam Newton news. Something that I think did play a big factor in this entire situation was the vaccination status of
Cam Mac Jones was better at playing the football.
Besides the fact that, yeah, Mac actually did. I think Mac did perform better. We talked about the gap before. I thought there was going to have to be more of a gap between Mac and Cam's performance to be able to give Mac this job. Clearly, I was wrong. It didn't have to be. I think Mac did play better than him, but I didn't think the gap was that massive where they were just going to give Mac the job. But, okay, I was wrong. But I think Cam's vaccination status did play a role here. I don't think it played as major of a role as some people might think. I'm reading Ted Johnson's tweet here. Far and away biggest reason Cam Newton was cut today is because he was unvaccinated. I don't necessarily believe that, but I do think that 5-day absence did play a key role in the reason why Cam got cut.
Yeah, because it's the inconsistencies, right? Like, we all know that Mac Jones won the job that those couple days that Cam wasn't there, right? He got all the reps. He looked great in all those practices. And then the preseason game, he also looked good. But at the same time, if you're Cam Newton, if you're the Patriots, like, he's unvaccinated. So that means he's not trustworthy. He can be there all you want, but then he could be close contact with somebody. And because he's not vaccinated, he's not going to be there for 3 or 4 days.
That's a big deal.
What happens if that ends up being Sunday, right? Then your QB1, who you think is the best quarterback, is missing a game. So, look, I think they would have figured it out if they didn't care. They clearly thought Mac Jones won the job. They think he's the best quarterback there. They wouldn't have just named the guy the quarterback because they're sick of Cam Newton's vaccination status. Like, they would have figured it out if Mac Jones wasn't ready. They clearly believe Mac Jones was ready, but the vaccination status 100% made them feel better about, okay, well, he's not really reliable anyway, and Mac Jones actually won the job. All right, let's just make Mac Jones the starter, and we'll go from there.
But I disagree with you, though. I'm almost on the same side as Nick. I don't think that vaccination status played as much of a role as everybody thinks that it does.
Don't you fucking dare agree with me.
Because, and this is unfortunate for me. This is a massive L, and I'm having to take it straight in the face, having to agree with you. But I can take it because I'm built differently, and
because you're right, Nick. Say it, Diego. You're right, Nick.
Oh, that's not coming out of my mouth anytime soon.
Wait, what? Wait, Quack is right about something? No, Diego's right.
But so here,
they're agreeing.
So here's the thing.
You talk about me taking L's, but like, where did I react wrong?
In everything. In everything.
Diego, just keep going.
So vague. They don't even.
Buddy,
make
you didn't
sense.
even have a leg to stand on the backup quarterback argument. Don't try to make me squash you again, please.
Yes,
I don't
win shit.
I don't even want to take you to purgatory. I don't even want to take you to purgatory.
Jared,
I want to give your beautiful wife a chance to bury you.
Oh my god.
But anyways,
oh my god.
So here's
about killing me.
What
is this? This is a
the GQ pod coming to a Couch Guy Sports Network. To you.
So here's the thing. I don't think the vaccination status really. I don't think the vaccination status really played as much of a role as everybody thinks it does. Because if we're really wondering about why Cam Newton isn't vaccinated and whatnot, then we should be wondering the same exact thing about Mac Jones, somebody who decided not to answer about his vaccination status. I think
he's not wearing a mask. He's vaccinated.
It doesn't matter. I think
and he's not missing time, and he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
I think players right now at that point where they don't want to share the vaccination status, that's completely fine with them, because you know what? Unfortunately, there is a rule called HIPAA, and if they don't want to share if they're vaccinated or not with the media,
but
they want to share it with the team, that's completely different.
That's not the point.
What I will say,
it's not how HIPAA works.
Yes, it is.
It's doctor-client privilege. That's all HIPAA. We're not getting into HIPAA right now. We're not going into HIPAA.
Not really. And if you're reading it just like that, then you got to completely twist it. But here's the point. But here's the thing. I think that 5-day missing gap that he had because of that doctor
Can I raise
appointment.
My hand on here?
No, you can't.
You can't.
Please don't, because it will be kept down anyways. I'm the teacher now. I'm speaking.
You can't even do that.
No. But anyways.
I'm just gonna jump off this episode at some point because we're gonna keep going, and I'm just gonna have bedtime.
Listen, I think the 5-day thing definitely played a huge role in this decision. I think it just showed us irresponsible to Bill Belichick, and it really pissed off the organization because of him going to outside of the state, unvaccinated, really risking himself and risking the rest of the organization. It really just played out more to, this is a risky move for you that you shouldn't have done, and you're risking the rest of this team from having a successful season and starting off in the wrong note. I think that's what really was more of the behavior. I don't think so much of the vaccination status, because there are players in the Patriots organization who have not come out publicly about being vaccinated or not. That
Yeah, it's not
I
the
don't.
status
That I
itself.
don't think.
It's not
That
the
I don't
status
think has
itself.
played a role.
It's more the fact that he's the quarter. He would have been quarterback one, right, if he made the team and played, and there was a chance that he wouldn't have been there because of that. It's not the fact that you're not vaccinated. I don't want you. It's the risk of, okay, you're not vaccinated and you just missed 5 days because you didn't be careful and you didn't get tested by the right people.
I think that definitely
so now I don't
played
want
the
to
right
risk
role.
it. Because if they think they have a legitimate team and want to make a
saying,
shot, then like, why are you going to risk? If you think Mac and
I mean,
Cam are close, if not, like, why are you going to risk that?
I mean, there are a plethora as well of reports as well indicating that additional details are behind this decision. But to be quite honest with you, reports are just reports until made official. And at this point, I'm not ready to defend any of those reports. I really think that, like both of you guys said, I think that 5-day period that he missed definitely bit him in the ass, and hence the decision today. I don't think we were all expecting for Cam Newton to be released, though. I don't think anybody was here saying, "Oh, Cam Newton's getting released."
I have something
Diego,
to say.
Let me ask him a quick question, and then you can say what you got to say. This will be quick. Diego, let me ask you this.
Sure. I think your mic just went out.
No, it was Quaglia being a dick. He's getting he's just upset because I put him in timeout before recording started. So he's just, he's like the 8-year-old at recess that can't handle his ball.
Just fetch him a cookie. He's good at begging like a dog.
So let me ask you this really quick. Would you rather have 16 weeks of Mac Jones knowing that he's going to start every single week, or would you rather have, say, 9 weeks of Cam and then 7 weeks you're uncertain so you can't really prepare? Which would you rather have?
I think 16 weeks knowing of Mac Jones starting is good because it brings consistency to the team, which is heavily needed.
Okay, so then a part of that question also then is, do you think they cut him because they didn't want? I heard this. I don't believe this at all, but like they cut Cam because they didn't want the distraction to Mac Jones because he's too big of a personality, and they wouldn't have wanted Cam as a backup.
I mean, Cam is a dominant personality, anyways, in the locker room. So if that's the case, then teams like Washington football team and Carolina Panthers should be the last ones to look at Cam Newton making a reunion with either Ron Rivera or the Carolina Panthers organization. Period.
Well, he's not going to go to Washington. Ron Rivera's made it known that he needs his players to be vaccinated because the guy's battling cancer right now.
Yeah,
he
needs
his
team.
It's
going to be Houston. I'm telling you, Houston's coming, Colin.
I think honestly, it just came down to, okay, Cam already tried here 14 months. Things didn't work out as well. It's time to look somewhere else. And because he was going to get the backup quarterback job, it all came down to Cam being like, no, let me explore free agency and see what I can do, see where I can land somewhere else. I think that's what it came down to.
I think, and just this is what I was trying to say this whole time. We know who's vaccinated and who's not vaccinated because even if they're not saying anything, if you're wearing a mask, you're not vaccinated. If you're not wearing a mask, you're vaccinated. And the thing with the players being vaccinated, specifically the quarterback position, is, and we can wrap up the show here. I don't really have too much more going with this, but the thing with being vaccinated is you don't have to be tested every day. You do not have to be tested every day like Cam Newton has to be tested every day because of his vaccination status. And look, I love Cam Newton. Cam Newton was fun as hell to be here, and thank you for your time here. Like he saved us. He saved us last year from a Jarrett Stidham year, which apparently was not going to work out nearly as well as some of us had hoped. And he was fun to watch. He was fun to have in the media, and he was a serviceable player while he was here, but he's just not the guy for the long term. And you have the guy for the long term, and I think that's what it comes down to. I think Mac just fits the system better, and thanks for coming, Cam. Thanks for keeping us entertained, and thanks for playing some good football when you played some good football. I'll think about that Seattle Seahawks game for a while. That was a fun game to watch. And it ended very unfortunately, but it was a fun game to watch, and honestly, probably his best performance as a New England Patriot.
And the Miami game and the Vegas games were good too. It was right before he got COVID, and then after he got COVID, everything went downhill. But shout out to Cam Newton for basically taking a bullet for the Patriots last year. Didn't have a lot to work with, so I really do hope that he does well in another uniform. I really do.
Yeah, I hope he lands somewhere because he's still got a future to go. He's clearly improved this year, even during training camp. He's improved massively from where he was last year. Even last year with the Patriots, no preseason, nothing to come back on. he still performed as he needed to perform. He did a great job in that transitional role, helping us transition from Tom Brady to now a Mac Jones era. If anything, like both of you guys said, if anything, it's more of a massive thank you to Cam Newton, but also a lot of respect too, because it's not easy to come into an organization with high demands and high hopes, hoping that you can make lemonade work out of just plain water, and nothing else. Like literally, you just hoping
that would be impressive.
You know, you were literally hoping that this team was gonna make a deep run in the playoffs when that was never even in the cards at all. I mean, Harry couldn't catch a ball at all. Jacoby Myers was still in that growth mode. Demir Bird was the only option. Other than that, who else did you have? You didn't have anything. And when he needed to make the plays to really make the touchdown plays be made and help us win some games, he cost us some that should have been won. I can't disagree with that at all. A lot of fumbles that could have been avoided for sure. But when the guy needed to make a play and needed to be a playmaker, he was that. And if there's anything to say to Cam Newton is congratulations on literally adjusting on the snap of a finger to a complete different game book than what he's used to. Complete different game book.
Oh man, I'm argued out. What a time. What a time.
You literally got the performance stamina of a camel. You can't call yourself Italians, and stallions are stallions. They're stallions.
Not all of us, let me tell you.
They last the whole freaking time. You got the performance of easily a snail.
Listen, snails have survived on this earth for a pretty long time. That's
but they die the minute that things dry out.
Yeah, just stay wet. Stay wet, snails. That's my advice for snails.
All right. Couch Guys Sports Podcast, episode 222 in the books. Diego Galvis.
Couch Guys Sports Podcast, episode 222 in the books. Nick Quaglia, Jared Scali, Al Nahigian, and Diego Galvis.
Not here, you moron.
Yeah, he was here, though. I'm just not going to discredit him for the show.
You're such an idiot.
I'm just not going to discredit him.
You're so okay. Just finish this.
Dude, that's what this entire show was. You guys just saying that I either lost an argument or saying that I'm an idiot for something that I said, which neither is true.
Both were true.
Dude, you got roasted faster than peanuts at a freaking baseball game. Like,
when do you have roasted peanuts at a baseball game?
No. That was dumb on your part. That was dumb, and you know it. You get peanuts at a baseball game all the time. You know that.
Oh my God.
You're Nick, not okay.
Nick, you need a nap.
I'm honing in on the word roasted, you buffoons.
You guys, oh my God.
Listen, you Stugats. Okay, I'm gonna speak to you.
Oh, weird.
So we're just gonna ignore
that part, huh?
I'm gonna speak to you in Italian.
Oh,
roasted
so we're just
peanuts are a thing at a baseball game, buddy.
Okay, peanuts, regular peanuts.
There we go. That's all I was saying.
The fact that you were saying peanuts weren't at a game, oh goodness.
Oh, buddy.
See you next week, everybody. You won't see Quack, but we'll see you next week.
Save your career as a website owner. All right, just end it. Just save your career.